Kept you waiting, huh? Hello everybody, my name is Victor, and today I'm going to be reviewing Metal Gear Acid for the PSP. It's a game. Now, many of you might be wondering, what is an acid? And what is a Metal Gear? But to that I say, drugs. Acid is a 2005 tactical RPG released on the PlayStation Portable. It is actually one of the launch titles for the system, and it was mainly built as a spin-off of the Metal Gear franchise, mainly consisting of having the gameplay being on a tile-based format and all being controlled by cards. At the time of release, the game was overall critically liked-ish, but many people were hoping for an actual Metal Gear on the PSP, and that was answered back in 2006 once they had Metal Gear Portable Ops. But at the moment, let's just see why it was so liked, you know? Let's actually get into the game, shall we? When you start the game, it ends up playing you around 30 minutes of cutscenes or so. Or, that's how I remember it, but I'll just let it play out. So, you kind of get the gist of it at first. Basically, the game is kind of a joke on itself. After our introduction to the second player character, we're introduced back to Snake, which is the main character that you play as. From here, this is where the real fun begins. We're able to actually control our character. But the whole thing about this game is that you're not actually controlling them. You have to use cards to do it. So let's say we use this one. It's a soldier. It's a move type card. You're able to use that and you're able to move a couple of spaces. Yeah, that's the part. This is another thing about the HUD. There's the compass that shows you every direction of the map that you're in. So basically, what was once a difference between one button, which was the cross button, which made you crawl, in the other games has to be a full menu option at this point. From there, we have another lengthy cutscene after using one move. These two basically hijacked a plane and are going to kill a president and this other person that ends up becoming important. We finally are back to the game after 10 minutes of cutscenes. Yeah. Yippee! So another tutorial, basically on how to climb a ladder. And with that, that should be the tutorial. So I just found out I can skip the cutscenes and everything. Now, on to intermission. Yeah, let's talk about it. So here in intermission, you can do a lot of things, basically. You can choose the map, you can save, you can do options, but here's where the juicy part gets in. You'll be able to go to a card shop and be able to buy cards. I'll show that in a second, after I do an intermission of my own. Yo, 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 what's up, my dudes? Y'all wanna see something rad cool? Because y'all became bored with the video? Let's do something radical. Wait, can y'all even see? Fuck. Ah. Ah. Sir, it has seemed that he has gone back from intermission. I'm back. So, after a lengthy intro, then the game actually starts. But from there, it just goes on for a little bit. And for a little bit it did go on until a magical being called me came across to say, the second game's so much better. So, Metal Gear Acid was really good, but where's Metal Gear Acid 2? I don't own it. But I still have it by Yarhahar. I'm gonna let you guys assume what that means. Now I got it, because I have the much better 2006 sequel, Metal Gear Acid 2, which is basically a much better game in every single right. First thing is that it has a good, green flag just being produced by Kojima. But it's still directed by the same guy who did the first game, Shinta Nijori. I probably butchered that. But the first thing to note is the art style. Basically, for this game, they made this art style of it being video game-ish, while being looking like it's an acid trip. It's so cool. One example I can have over the first game is intermission itself. Look at this. So, in the first game, intermission in the menu for the map was completely separate, but in this one, they're intertwined and they just look so much cooler. They're all so simplified, yet they all just have this cool idealism of just looking like you just put a highlighter over a video game. For example, the first stage. But redoing it. So let's just see the first stage, for example. The text, the stage details, just everything looks so much different, you know? Even the text looks different. Everything has this extreme just flair to it. It's beautiful. If I was ever to make an art project, it would be like this game, you know? Everything is just intertwined and makes sense. It's great. God, it's hard doing this with one hand. The other one's used for recording, because I'm using, a selfie stick. But like you can see, basically for the HUD, everything is being used. Every direction and every button. Circle and cross are used for agreeing and disagreeing. You can use a triangle to turn instead of using it at the end of the thing, and you can crawl at any time by just using the square button. It's so much more just fluent than the first game, is what I would say. And everything moves so much faster, too. And that's what my problem was with the last game. Some of the stages could take upwards of 2 hours if you did something wrong. But these, you can beat them in under 5 minutes. The entire game lasted me only around 12 hours, but it was so much more replayable and it was so much just better. Before I go rambling on about the game even more, though that's kind of what I'm doing for a review, I'm gonna have my final thoughts and then do something different with my life. Before we have another intermission. Yo, my dudes, what's up? I'm back with Intermission Volume 2. Oh my goodness gracious, we gonna get lit today. We skateboarding, bro. So, as you guys can tell, I can't skate. I can't surf. Neither. Let me give it a second try, though. That actually got off the ground, so that's kind of good. It's on the games, actually. I thought they were really good. I enjoyed them thoroughly. They're not for everyone, clearly, but they're definitely something that can get you a couple hours. And for me, I found a lot of enjoyment just in the fan service. I never got into that. Basically, just there's cards and there's tons of characters, and it's all so great, but it's hard to explain in detail. I couldn't really get a good video out, and nobody really can just do that good review, you know? Unless they prove me wrong, which they definitely will. But in review, I just wanted to make a video like this. This is testing something for something. But if it does work out, I'll revise it and make it better, and I will suck less next time. I hope you all have a nice day. Take care.